So, check this out.
No one talks about the fact that after a toxic relationship, you go through these cycles of desiring them more than anything in the world and also simultaneously hating them and feeling guilty for it because you don't want to hate them out of the fact that you had love for them at one point, and you also don't want to feel like you want to be with them because you know how much they hurt you. And when you talk to people about it and they're like, how could you care about someone who hurt you so much? It doesn't make sense because you can't express feelings in words. You can't say exactly what it was that you experienced with them. And most of the time, what we were feeling with them, what we were in love with, was the feeling of love, not necessarily them. So we're missing and craving this feeling of love. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're the only person who can give it to us. It's just that our brain is confused and longing for something that we were used to feeling. It's so hard to get through that. And I promise you, everyone feels it. It's okay to feel that. No one talks about.
Dang. She broke that down.
I agree.
Now, first question off the bat, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? And let's clarify that off the bat. A toxic relationship doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse. It could be verbal and mental abuse. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So have you ever been in any type of toxic relationship?
No.
No? But you paused and hesitated. So what are you?
Because when you say relationship, I think of me and someone else. Mm-hmm. You know, not other relationships. And I feel like you can have toxic relationships in other areas, not just, you know, your love life. And there's been some other toxic relationships I've had.
And see, people always confuse the notion that, you could just walk away. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be there. You could just get up and move. Be that as it may, when you fall for somebody, you fall for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If you truly love them.
If you truly, and you say it all the time, women love, like, hard. Some women love very, very hard.
Yes.
So to think it's just easy to just walk away, that's why y'all crazy and y'all be doing some crazy stuff that you see online. Like, you see a woman like slashing a dude tires or something like that, or she busting out the windows with the bat, walking around with the Louisville Slugger and anything like that. Like, you hurt her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's processing. It's therapeutic.
Oh, that's what you call that. Yeah. Processing. Well, processing is going to get you processed and booked into a jail, bro.
I'm just saying, she's processing.
But, yeah, I respect everything she said. You know what I mean? Relationships are tough, man. Relationships are definitely tough. Yeah, toxic relationships, man.
Have you been in any?
I haven't been in a toxic. I've been in crazy people, but we never really got into it like that. Cause I was always, before you, I was like a no nonsense type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going like a quick second, like, I'm out of here. Like, I wasn't sitting still. You know what I mean? I wasn't. So if I was in a relationship or I was in something and I felt like you was just crazy, you was batch crazy.
Bye.
Yeah, deuces. I'm chunking the deuces, as Chris Brown would say. I'm chunking the deuces.
Gosh.
What you mean?
What you mean? Knock you, hey.
Bro, protecting your peace is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is number one in my book. Like, why am I letting you stress me out?
True. I totally can understand that. I don't know. I felt like the passion in what she was saying, almost like as if she had been affected by it directly, you know?
And she said it's okay to feel that.
Yes. Because sometimes people make you feel bad. You know, we may not experience it directly, but we all know people where it's physically abusive relationships.
I know.
And then they go back and you like, why? You know, and it's like, you don't understand. You can't speak on it really because you haven't been there. And like that person can really be addicted to that.
It's gotta be something. If a person physically puts their hands on you, physically abuses you,
then comes back and say, I love you. I don't know why I did that. I suffer with these episodes or whatever. You know,
for you to go back to that person, you block out the fact that you could possibly die.
Yes.
That person can actually keep. So you got to be really in love with that person to block out the fact, the mere fact that the
because
possibility of you.
There are people that are fixers and feel that, okay,
this was a one-time thing?
Yes.
Or I could fix it?
I could fix it. It's not going to get that bad. He's not going to hit the kid. He's not going to do it in public.
And then people on the outside see it as you making excuses for him.
Right. And you could be just trying to love him through it, but the thing is some of us aren't equipped to love them through and fix whatever is broken in them.
Well, touch on that again. Like the whole, I'm with this person, something happens, drastically happens, and then you turn around and you go right back to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you that all the time. That's why I don't get involved in. I've done that. I've done that, and it almost cost me my freedom. You know what I'm saying? It almost cost me my freedom, and the person went right back to him. So for me, that was a real, true eye opener. That taught me a very, very, very important life lesson, and I needed to mind my business.
It's almost like an addiction, you know? Love is a drug, and love is an addiction. And you have to want to get off it yourself. Whether it's, good love or bad love. It is a drug, you are addicted, and you have to want to fix it on your own. Because everybody else can tell you about it, it's not going to click. And that person had to see it for themselves and be like, you know what? I'm done.
Some people like that, crave that toxic relationship.
Because some people
like
feel
to
like
argue.
if you're not being, mad aggressive, like checking me, like where I'm at, then you don't really love me. And that's still
dangerous.
That's dangerous, and that I want to know, like, dig further to see, okay, how did you get to that point? Did you come up in that type of environment to where someone, made you think that this is the way? Because sometimes there was no instruction manual with life, marriage, what it looks like. So we all learned different things by our households.
That's a fact.
And then you have to go out and you have to
preach,
do it differently.
A lot of times, if you come up in an abusive environment where your pops was abusing your mom or vice versa, you know what I mean? It can make you think that this is the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? It can make people think that.
It's always a toss-up. You have some to where, yes, it can be like this is what it's supposed to be. The woman's supposed to do this, and if she step out of line, okay, pop, she gets hit. But then it can also, for the little boy that couldn't protect his mom, trigger something and be like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be, and I'm going to, protect my daughter. I'm going to protect my wife, and I'm going to do this. And they totally be different.
How do you heal and recover from
we as a
something
people
like that?
Need therapy.
Therapy.
We can't
be afraid of
alone.
We can't be afraid of therapy these days.
Yes, it's no shame in talking to someone, reaching out to help for someone to help you. I mean, because again, you can't fix it alone. We don't know this stuff.
Yeah, man, check on your people, bro.
Yeah,
because you can't, and that's another thing. You can't get through that alone. You know what I mean? And it's okay to, like you said, therapy or talk to somebody that's close, that understands, and isn't going to give you bad advice. Now, I know that's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. That's hard, though. Some people weed through all that information. And that's the thing, too. Sometimes because they're always getting attacked or always being told what to do and what they should not be doing, as if they're doing it wrong, as if they're broken. then they don't talk. They shut down. Or they're also being, don't be talking about our, what's going on inside our house outside.
And
So
some
it'd be
people
so
just,
many different
some people
things.
could be great people, but when they get into a relationship, they just become toxic.
Yes.
Like,
Because I totally believe that, and I say that all the time. Like, work Kayla is different from vacation Kayla. Is different from the mom Kayla. Like, there's different versions of you. In my mind, there's different people, the different identities.
listen,
Because who you are, like, at different times of your life in the same day can be totally different. I've met people like that, and it just freaked me out and be like, yeah, I don't like that work person. See you later. Different side.
well, just remember, man, people, like, be safe, be aware, and
And don't give up on them. I know they may be calling or maybe always sending messages, and you feel like, oh my God, girl, this is another false alarm. But
take it serious.
there was something Elle showed me the other morning, and that mess just shook me.
Oh my gosh,
And
the
I
guy
was
who
like,
y'all been
yeah.
seeing the reports about the guy who did his ex and his girlfriend on Facebook.
Like,
That was
that was too much.
that was just so sad, man. And he talked about how he wasn't being allowed to be able to see his kids in the custody battles and the mental strain that it was putting on him, and how they were talking down on his name and calling him a deadbeat and different things they were doing to him, and he got fed up and he did.
I seen where it says he killed the ex-wife, the ex-girlfriend, and then turned the gun on himself.
On himself.
And I'm like,
On himself.
here it is. Here's men too, especially will hold stuff in
Absolutely.
and not seek help,
Absolutely.
and not talk. But it's like, here is a man that was feeling some type of way, was holding a lot of stuff in, and then another girl, for whatever reason, something was said, and it's like, bruh, he didn't even think about his kids. Like, right now, you just took all parents away from your kids.
And that's another thing, man. As parents, you never want to see your daughter or your child go through something like this. So how do you teach them to understand what's toxic and what's not toxic, and to protect them from quote unquote love and their heart, and you know what I'm saying, understanding that. So I don't know, man. I believe it takes a village, and
Yes,
in a
it
sense, it
does.
takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a village to continue to get you through life. It don't just stop, man. So don't think you know it all by yourself, man. Seek help, reach out, talk to people, get experienced people that have been, stop seeking advice from people who have only been in a relationship for 6 months. Go to some people who have been in a relationship for 20, 30 years. Start talking to them.
Yes.
Who you getting your advice from matters.
Yes.
I'm not getting advice from somebody who's only been together for a couple years when I can go talk to somebody who got a 50-year relationship. They gonna
I'm
have
not
more
gonna be
wisdom.
rude with that. I'm gonna be like, oh, thank you.
That's dope.
But it's certain things you take in and then you let go.
That's a fact. So, but yeah, y'all get at us in the comment section, man. This one was truly, truly deep. So I want to see.
Deep. It was sad.
I want to see
It hit a
this.
point. So check on family.
Facts.
Check on yourself.
Facts. I want to see.
There's some things you holding in. It's called mental health. Let's check on it. Like, we don't have to go out. And let's not get to the point that we got to go check people. And checking people means taking their lives. Let's do it differently.
That's a fact, man. Y'all get at us and let us know what you think. Till the next one, we gone.